Okay. Audio should be working. I'm gonna adjust the focus. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Sorry. Alright, so there's a few things. Hold on, I need to... Okay. Okay. Okay? Okay. Alright, so there's a few palettes that I want to prepare like an sort of alternate set of paints for. And this is my sort of stash of paint blobs. Yeah, that's what I call them, paint blobs. It's basically when I remove the paints from a palette, I try to keep it as much as I can, and I will often like put it in a little baggie and store it away so that if I need more of that color, I can, you know, take this piece or take a part of it and put it in another palette. All of these, I think, or anyway, most of these are Holbein, which is why they look so good. Holbein paints dries really well, and it's relatively easy to pry from a palette. So if you need to switch out the color, if you need to empty out the palette, it's a very good paint for that. Anti-patience! Oh, bang, of course. I hit the table. Let me know if you can hear me fine. There's a few colors that I think might not be Holbein, like this orange, perhaps this turquoise, and maybe the opera is the Mugello one, but everything else should be Holbein. So how many colors is that? $28-ish? Sort of. Maybe. And I have a palette for 24 colors, so I might like put together 24 of these to put in a palette, a switch out from a palette that I have that was sent to me that I still have to make a review about. And then also I have this one. You probably remember a bit. Very nice palette. I found pans that fit in here, so I might do the same thing with these and switch out some of the colors because I quite like this palette, but I would prefer to have full control of the colors that are in it. Oh my gosh, Anti-Patience, you got your Holbein paints! Yay! So glad you like them. Hi, Curious. Hi, guys. Sorry about the spottiness of the streams lately. It's been a bit of a whole thing, I guess. So I'm gonna try to organize these. Now, I have a little swatch label, but I don't have a name label for these. Now, it doesn't really bother me in the sense that I'm quite sure where these paints come from. And I know that they're all professional grade paints, so in that aspect, I'm not bothered. But yeah, I don't really know what is what. So that's a thing. Okay. Just I'm so fed up. I have these I'm gonna have to put a band-aid on it, even if it's not very pretty. But I have these issues in the winter where the tip of my fingers crack. And it is like you keep putting stuff in it and poking it, and it's so painful. And I just did that. Didn't look like much, but it was very unpleasant. Seven. Sorry. What else have I got? Some greens. It's also somewhat green, and that's perline. Green. Roquette 5, 6, 7, 8. Un, deux, trois, quatre. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So another 8, and I have my 20 feu. Hold on. Do you guys get that? This splitting fingers. I hope you can dodge it, because it is definitely not something I would recommend. I have 4 extra colors, but all of these, it's gonna be hard. Hmm. Well, I'm trying to figure out which colors I would take out. I think I would take out these two. It was just me, because I don't reach for these all that much. Be one of the purples. I'll take this one out too, so. Wait, I can count. 4, 4, okay. 4, 4, okay. 4, and I can fit one more, so I can bring back the olive green. Yay! Aha! Oh, yeah, pomegranate. I mean, it's so much work to eat a freaking pomegranate. But yeah, it's my fingers are a mess. Like my hands are a mess. It's it's so bad. Like thumb has holes in it. The index and the middle finger also do. The other two are okay for now, but this part here is insanely dry and crackly and painful. And then this is the burn from like 3 weeks ago. And yeah, the other hand, which is the one that I use less, is a bit better. I still have some carrot stains on it though. But yeah, it's, oh, I have a bit of a, I should put hand cream on it, but it is so uncomfortable to put hand cream on stuff. I don't like it. Okay, so that would be one palette. And I would put these in full pans. But then I also have the other set where I have a bunch of half pans. So I'm trying to see if I have enough of these like other little blobs that I could possibly put into the other palette. So I'll be super chatty today. I'm trying to watch and do some of my own arting and chores. So okay, that's fair, no problem. I'll try to not keep it like completely silent. Oh, I have to go get my tea too. I made a tea and I'm forgetting about it. So give me a sec, I'll be right back. Such good tea. Guys. I am quite literally watching paint dry. Seriously, that's like half the time, like half the working time of half the time spent on the painting is to wait for it to dry. Let's hope I have enough full pans. I also need to check if these will fit in the palette. These were some of the paint blobs that I had planned on sending you, Auntie Patience. But now you have the whole range, so yeah. So that's the palette that would use the full pans. Now I have yet to do my review of it. It's been very difficult mentally to get stuff done. I'm struggling. But it's a really beautiful palette. Okay, the case is a bit finicky, but the palette itself is quite nice. It is also like a wooden palette. And mixing areas, and it has this plexiglass little protector that I don't know where to put. And then it has full pans, and I mean these paints are good. I'm not switching out colors because the paints are not good. I'm just switching out colors because I want to have at least a set of paint with these that I know I know what it is exactly. Okay, yeah, these fit more than enough. There's even a bit of a annoying room. When I have a bit of space like that and it bothers me too much, sometimes I will cut off a bit of sponge and just squeeze it in there. But it fits. I have quite a few, not through me, but through my partner. He has quite a few nieces and nephews that are getting to the age where they can use paints. So when I have like extra pans like these, or if I end up not using a set of paint for a while, I pass it down to them. I wondered if this might be. What do you mean? The blobs? And then the other palette has 27 colors. I'm loving all the wooden palettes that we're getting, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 27. It is a very pretty palette, the other one. I should really kick my butt and like do the video. Okay, so I said 27. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Really 10? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, 10. And then I also have a bunch in here. So what have you guys been up to? How's your start of the year so far? I mean, anti-patience, but yeah. Cat. All right. I have 30 colors on a 27 pan set, because of course. All right. Thinking. Yeah, no, I don't mind that I don't know what colors these are. This is such a pretty yellow. So yeah, the Holbein paint like dries quite pliable, and I want to say plasticky, but it's not the right word, but I can really easily like squish blobs of paints in a pan, and then if you add a bit of water, let it sit, it's just gonna like merge everything together again, and you're gonna have a pan of paint. I mean, I have somewhere in my storage stuff, I have a bunch of Holbein paint pans already, but I had these on hand and I figured that it might be a good idea to get them out of the little baggies. Where is my... Oh, I have a paint scissor that I might use. It's sort of a really neat scissor that I got at the dollar store, so it was really inexpensive, but I usually use it to cut tubes that I need to open, or in this case, paint blobs. And as you can see, there's nothing left on the scissor. Tea. Oh, that's the plexiglass. Yeah, paint scissors. It's the like I said, I got them at the dollar store, so they were not very expensive. But I wanted a... See, I don't think this is Holbein. This is much, like, harder. But yeah, I wanted a pair of scissors that I could cut through paint tubes that are dried up and not worry about blunting them or messing them up. Pretty sure this is not Holbein paint. Wonder if it's core. Like the PO71 that I really like from them. Or maybe Daniel Smith. Can I fit this in here? Okay. Well, it's like playing Tetris with Play-Doh. Okay. 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 I would have never thought of that. I agree. Block Tetris. Yeah, absolutely. I've been playing a lot of house Tetris. And also decluttering and bringing stuff to the donation center and all of that. Okay. Got it. That's a very pretty red. I really like it. Okay. Now the scissor has a bit of red on it, so I have a bit of water here and paper towels. I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit. I don't really mind if the colors get a bit contaminated. That's not very much of an issue. Have you seen some of like the pro painters palettes out there that are like so messy and rusty and like everything is all over the place? And if it's good for them, I don't think it's all that bad that I have a little bit of another color in one of these. So again, this is perhaps a good PSA to maybe always label the colors. I have the chart. I had a chart for these, but it was not labeled, so it's a bunch of mystery colors. And if you feel like it's something that would really bother you, that you don't know, then it's always good to take the time to label these. I also have chocolate, but don't tell anyone. Hop. These paints really feel like forbidden taffy. I'm trying to think of something to ramble about as I do this, so it's not like dead air. Oh yeah, I got a comment a little while ago, and I was a bit nonplussed. But someone was basically complaining on a live stream that I had kept all the dead air in the live stream. And I was like, but it's a live stream. Sure, I could go back and edit it, but that's not currently the thing that I'm trying to do with these. It's to have a way to make content that's a bit more like spontaneous and a bit more like easy to put together, so I don't bottleneck myself because I have to edit something and then can never really get to it. The person did not insist, so perhaps it's just someone that wasn't quite aware of the nature of live streams and all that, but I was still a bit confused for a second. I don't think they meant anything like mean or whatever, but it... Why did you keep all the dead air in there? You could have removed the bit in the beginning where you don't talk. And I was like, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but... Pretty sure this is the bright rose from Holbein. I know this is not something that I talk about usually in streams or videos, but man, politics are trippy lately. Like, what the f is going on? What is... It's completely bonkers. I love chocolate, but don't tell anyone. It made me smile. Getting colors, getting contaminated, as you mentioned earlier. I am very obsessive about trying to... It is difficult. Like I can't quite manage it because sometimes... I mean, I'm not to the level of some of these plein air painters or urban sketchers, but still, it's difficult to keep a palette clean. We're complaining about keeping the air. Yeah, I think they missed the point and we don't appreciate how much work it is. It's a live stream, not a podcast. Yeah, it's a more like oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a word to mean that it's something a bit more like casual and on the cuff. Anyway, you guys know what it is. You're here. But yeah, it's I'm not very fond of all these the renewed talk of taking Canada. Like I know, it's quite possibly rubbish. Like it's nonsense, but that's what like people all said in 2016. And then the nonsense thing happened, and everybody was like, uh-oh. It's a bit difficult to just like accept that something won't happen because it's absolutely bonkers. I was like, yeah, I know it's completely bonkers. I'm still not reassured. Okay, I think this is somewhat clean. And I mean, the stuff's happening in Minneapolis, and it's making me think of Marty Owings, because I think he was from that general area. And I don't know, it's kind of sad. It makes me feel extra sad. I don't think he would approve. I hope he wouldn't. Spontaneous and conversational. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm no longer putting anything past anyone at this point, because it's how we got played the first time. So, so yeah, I'm a bit like, you know, that laugh that you're not really laughing. That's kind of where I'm at. But we have a decent-ish prime minister, but regardless of who it is, where they are, whatever, they're still politicians. Like, their loyalties are very rarely to actually making things good for the people. I was thinking about that because what I saw that the vice president of the US has announced that his family is going to welcome another kid. And I'm like, oh no. They have to stop making more of these. Come on. Yeah, I understand that completely. Hard to rule. Holy moly, I turned around and it is snowing so freaking much. Oh. And big, chunky, like, clusters of snowflake. Hard to rule anything out of so many things that we thought would never happen. Saying he'll do stuff. I mean, I wish you would have been wrong, anti-patience, but um, it's just like, how much snow do we have? It's been a remarkably snowy winter. We were on a sort of trend of having less and less snow every winter, but this winter is not kidding. And it usually like it fluctuates quite a lot because the temperature like gets cold and then it gets a bit warmer and then it gets cold again, so it melts, it comes back, it melts, it comes back. But sorry, I don't know how much there's on the ground right now. Not that much, but it's gonna be substantially more when this stuff keeps well, when it stops falling as it is now. This one is definitely not Holbein. It is so dry and crispy. Like, you can hear it, right? And I'm gonna do that with the Holbein one. Well, I think that's gonna be ah. Okay. I wish I'd been wrong too. I love big flakes that look. It really looks like that. It looks like the. Dude, they're so they're so fluffy. Oh shoot! That crackle popped blue. But yeah, it is. It is like significantly windy. So every time there's a gust of wind or something, you see all the snowflakes like dance around. It's very pretty, but I'm very happy I don't have to drive in this. Okay, this is a Holbein one. I'll be able to drop it and you will see that it's not like the same kind of sound effects as the previous one. Fairly confident that the previous one is a core paint, but we'll see. Maybe Daniel Smith. See, it's... I feel like it's more like dropping an eraser, whereas crispy paint is. They don't quite sound the same. Lower pitch sound, yeah. You know, we're locked in to qualities of paint brands. You can hear the difference. Oops, sorry. I keep bumping my table again. I apologize. Oh, I need to put the pans within frame because these make me very happy. They don't look all that great for now, but I'll try to add a bit of water later and it's gonna soften them, and then as the water evaporates, they might look a bit more cohesive. I'm gonna grab another piece of chocolate. It is a pretty rainbow, isn't it? There are some colors that are very easy to always spot. Like this is obviously an ultramarine, whether it is the ultramarine deep or ultramarine light, but like this particular hue and intensity of color, for sure it's ultramarine. I don't really need to do any kind of comparison. I can, you know, I'm 99.9% confident that I got the right color. Other colors, I need to reference like my swatches, but that's why I have a sort of master swatches reference sheet. Yes, they make me happy too. So vibrant, sassy with love. Yeah, that's true. Come on. Oh, come on. Ah. This one is a bit messier than the others. Have you guys noticed how like watercolor chocolate is? It's always everywhere. Like we always end up joking that eating chocolate is the messiest thing you can do, but it keeps proving us right. I don't know why, but Mr. E, my partner, is particularly good at ending up with like chocolate in places, like on his shirt, whatnot, that he had no idea was there. And now it's all melted and gross. Between us ladies, do your guys or partners or whatever lick their plates when something is deemed to be delicious? Pretty sure this one is indigo. Has to be. It's so pretty. It is one of those like keystone, like one of those colors that are so particular to the Holbein range. Not that the other ranges don't have an indigo color, most of them do, but this one is, I think, the prettiest. I'm swatching Quinn Burn Scarlet from DS right now. I love the blushy color with paint developed, but move a healthy flash from white skin. I want to collect them from. Yeah, it is discontinued. I think this one is PR206. And it has been discontinued. Oh, hell no. Proper English bloke. I married cutlery only and cleaning the plate is crass. So of course I do it. You got the reverse situation going. I just don't like to do it because I'm not very very good at it, and I always end up with more stuff on my face than, you know, in my mouth, so it's not worth it. I'm always like, eh. I will clean it up as best I can with my cutlery, though. I think this one is either like some sort of Payne's Gray, or I think it is Payne's Gray. Holbein's neutral tint is also remarkable, in my opinion. It is a very dark color with an impressive tinting strength, and for me, it's my go-to color to paint the darkness of space when I would do a nebula painting, because it doesn't like if you lay it with the proper ratio of paint to water, it doesn't shift as it dries all that much, and it stays quite dark. So it works really well. And I don't like to paint nebulas in multiple layers. I try to do one layer and let it dry and then add the stars, and that's it. So Nope, I'm the plate licker. Oh my gosh, you guys are the plate licker, so it's me. I've never really done that. I've licked the thingy you use to for a stand mixer, like the thingies that do the mixing, especially if they were used to do icing, cake icing. But yeah, I don't really. This is Holbein's Cobalt Violet, I think. I think it is PV49, and it is very, very nice. I'm not sure it's made from that pigment anymore, or if they still have it, but I have a very hodgepodge selection of Holbein paints, old and new, so sometimes I write the pigment info from the tube that I poured the paint, and then I notice much later that that's not the composition of the paint nowadays, and I'm like, oh, oops. Okay, I have one last piece of chocolate that I'm gonna stuff in my face. Hop. Beaters, yeah. That's a mandatory step in baking. I'm glad you agree. What's you guys' favorite dessert? I find it difficult to pick a single favorite dessert, but I will always pick dessert over savory stuff. Sweet tooth forever. Cobalt Violet Light is in the current set, PV40. Oh, I'm glad, I'm glad. It is a very beautiful color, so I'm glad they still have it. Have an additional reason for leaking by with foot particles in the sink. I can go straight to the I don't mind the food particles in this thing all that much. Though what gets to me about the food particle is if, let's say, I have a pan to wash and there's like tomato sauce in it, I'm gonna remove the most of it that I can just with my hands, with gloves, of course, before I take the sponge we use for cleaning, because I don't want the sponge to be full of food. But aside from that, I don't really mind all that much. We don't have a dishwasher. We have just our hands. We're the one doing the dishwashing, so. We did a lot of, like I said, house Tetris, like furniture Tetris yesterday, and I did. Apparently I did a lot of stuff that my old noodly artist muscles are not used to, because I'm getting weird muscle cramps today. Like, oh. It's probably gonna be worse tomorrow, but yeah. Oh, you guys, while you two are here, just so you know, there's gonna be some sort of reshuffling of this weekend's live stream. Either I'm gonna be doing it earlier than I usually do, or I'm gonna do it on Sunday, because I have a bit of a scheduling conflict. But I also really like to do the Caturday or the weekend live stream, so. Okay, only 3 left to go. Melissa! Hey, hello! I have to narrow it down, but I went to a graduation in high school, and there were these little bar things that I've been trying to recreate. What were they like? What were they like? Food in the sponge. Yeah, ugh. What's a cat theme wordplay if you have to switch it to Sunday? I don't think I have one. The only wordplay I know is Sunday Fun Day, but it's used by a lot of people who do live streams on Sundays. So. Meringue topped. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'm thinking of something with Lord. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, I have these little baggies from a palette that I emptied out, and they're mostly Holbein, but they're not labeled, so I can't say with certainty, but pretty sure most of them are Holbein. and I wanted to take the blobs and put them into pans so that I could eventually have them for a palette that has room for 24 half pans. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm almost done with this batch. And yeah, it's dry paint. Holbein paint when it's dry is super well behaved. And I have my my paint scissor that I call it. It's a scissor that I often use to open up dried paint tubes so I can get to the paint inside. And they're dollar store scissors, so I don't really mind it if they get blunt. But yeah, okay, so that's the 24 colors done. I will sort this out a little bit, and then I can set out to fill out the 27 half pan thingamajig. Getting the cramp in my arm. Okay. Put the scissors in water for a moment. Trying to clean my fingers a little bit. Okay, I'm hungry now. Have a good dinner. Dinner? Yeah, dinner probably. Okay, so now I need 27 of these. Okay, so I have another bunch of little baggies. Some of them are unlabeled, because of course. I'm pretty sure these are the same. Which is cobalt green, which is a hue from Holbein. Sorry. Green blue. Bright violet. Ow. Rose madder. Violet. Go. It's just a big old mess. Alright, so I'm gonna try to go just with the colors. Orange, reddish orange, darker red. Put this aside. So this one, okay, I'm gonna have to shove these Alright. So 3. Another 3. Well, I mean 2, but let's find a third. rose madder. Then I have queen magenta. It's this one, queen gold. I think these two the same. Nah. Just leave this one here. Okay, so this is queen magenta. It was easier to figure out the colors when I had the ones with the little painted labels on them. This I'm having to go by name and approximation, so we'll see. Queen Acridon violet, what's this one? Bright violet, permanent violet, mineral violet, so many violets, opera, opera, and bright violet. Okay, queen violet, mineral violet, permanent violet. What's this? Turquoise blue, neutral tint. That's gonna be near the end because it's a black indigo. Have to have an indigo in there. I dropped one. Okay. All right. Okay. This is royal blue. Would be fun to have it. Indigo. Phthalo blue red shade. Green. This one is not labeled, so I don't know. Phthalo blue. Yellow shade. Colored green. Shadow green. Not a lot of greens in this assortment. Rain blue. So I'm going from permanent violet to what? Royal blue. I think this is sort of an ultramarine color. Wonder if this one is Prussian blue. Then marine blue, or turquoise blue first, marine blue, and cobalt green. Okay, getting there, getting there. Green. I had a shadow green somewhere. It's indigo, shadow green. Neutral tint and pitch black, peach black. What else have I got in here? I'll put the shadow green with the, yeah, with the neutral tint. Then the do I move these? I don't think I have quite enough of these blobs to fill it up. Because of the ones that I don't know if they are the same as the other ones. I might have to swatch these out, actually. It's not gonna be very fun to... Oh yeah, that's definitely Prussian blue. Prussian blue or indigo? Hold on. I'm not sure. Oh, it might be indigo actually. Yeah, it's gotta be indigo, right? Okay, so that's the same thing. What is this one? Pretty sure this one is rose madder. Quite similar, right? What do you guys think? Yeah, I think these could be interchangeable and it wouldn't really... Alright, what is this one? I wonder if that's burnt sienna. Hold on, I'll go get my Holbein chart. Survive, but okay. One. Back. Hopefully in one piece. Okay, whew. Sorry about that. Alright, I got the okay, so definitely indigo for the blue. Rose madder makes a lot of sense for that one, and this one. It's not burnt sienna. Do you guys think it could be light red? Doesn't quite look right. Hold on. What about on this one? No. Okay, there's not really a match. Kind of looks a bit like a Perylene maroon-ish, but not. I have no idea what it is. Surprise color. Yeah, I have no idea what that one is. I don't think it's a Holbein color. Oh, it really looks like it would be, but maybe not. Okay, so mystery unknown color. It's gonna stay mystery for now. This one. I mean, I might still put it in the palette, but I know it's not a duplicate of other colors. Oh, what is this one? Maybe this one is burnt sienna. Like that's a bit, that's possible, right? Definitely not the quinacridone gold. Okay. So quinacridone gold can go in here. Gonna have the rose madder that's been ID'd. Gonna try this one, but I'm pretty sure it is ultramarine blue. Oh, it's not. Shoot. It's gotta be a phthalo. Welp. Can't trust paint. Okay. No, so far none of the mystery colors are granulating. These are pretty much the same, right? That would be phthalo blue, red shade. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have the mystery one here. I'm gonna be missing one. I might. It's big, but I could cut a piece off of the bamboo green, I guess. Because there's not really any kind of green color in here. Does that make sense? These I'll be able to somewhat label. But I mean, I have this out. I might be able to, once I have them swatched, I might be able to label more of them. Oop. Labeling them quickly with the brand and color name. Then it's permanent yellow orange. It doesn't look like much, but it will give me a chance to use up these little blobs of paint. This one might be a bit tricky because I had to wet this one a bit earlier. My old cat is making so many noises. Ooh. Looks like a murder scene. Oh, sorry. I did the sound effects, but it really looks like I hurt myself or am handling like raspberry jam. bold watercolor detective. I like detective stuff. Ah, my fingers are still wet. I need to dry my fingers. Oh, it's no longer snowing. Wow, that was a... I've been on a diet of almost pure Sherlock Holmes. Ooh, ooh, I love me some Sherlock Holmes. Do you like watch movies, TV shows, audiobook? What is it? Or do you read it? Okay. This needs to dry. Oh, I forgot to label it. So this one. Sorry, I had I heard someone like panic because it's gonna be quite cold over the weekend. But it's someone not used to the cold, so it's just funny to me because as a Canadian, quite familiar with you know, snow, ice, all of that. Opera, one of the most fun colors. The 1980s TV show and the podcast Original Stories read by Phil. Ooh, ooh. So the 80s, that's the Granada one with Jeremy Brett, right? That's a good Holmes. Yep, he's so good. I sometimes pause it and try to mimic his hand motions. Yeah. Oh, he's really, really good. They missed the mark a little bit with their Watsons, but the Sherlock is on point. He's so temperamental. I love it. The worst Sherlock we've had in past years was the BBC one. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, but that's not Sherlock Holmes, not one bit. That's rubbish. Garbaggio. My cat has a lot of stuff to say. It all sounds like ooh, ooh. I also really, and I sold it to Otto as well, but the I don't remember which channel it was, but Elementary was really quite well done in terms of a modern rendition of a Sherlock Holmes character. It worked out really well. It's very nicely written. The characters are good. They stayed true to sort of the essence of the character, but with some modern considerations for some of the stuff. So it worked out really well. Ow. I think there's an... Oh my gosh, it started snowing again! Holy moly, we went from nothing to a white blanket. That's insane. Here's a new Agatha Christie. I'm currently watching it. And I'm not gonna... I don't want to do any spoilers or anything, but we're almost done. It's 3 episodes of about an hour. And I think it is quite good. Of course, I mean, we might have differing tastes. That's perfectly fine. But if you think you might like it, I would certainly give it a try. It's the 7 dials thing, right? Also, the latest Knives Out movie was really, really fun. It's the 3rd one, and I think it's my favorite so far. It's gonna be a messy one too, and it's phthalo blue. Is Elementary the one with the black actor as Sherlock? I've heard good things about whichever one. I don't think I've seen that one. No, it's the one that's set in the US. Sherlock is still British. He's played by Johnny Lee Miller. And he lives in New York, I think. And yeah, the premise, that's not really a spoiler because it's the content of the very first episode, but Watson is played by Lucy Liu. It's Joan Watson. Let's see what they did there. And she's a sober companion. And basically, the starting point of the series is that Sherlock gets out of rehab, and he has to have a sober companion, and he has to go to NA meetings for his somewhat recovered drug addiction. And then the structure is mostly that of a procedural crime show, somewhat, but it's really nicely done, nicely written. I think it worked out really well. And yeah, they managed to create a really interesting storyline with all of that for, what, 7 seasons? Really good. I'm not sure if I've ever seen any of the Knives Out. Something before. So I'm thinking. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, if you like crime, murder, detective kind of stuff, the 3 Knives Out movies, I think you would like them. I think you would like them. The microphone is the other way. So yeah, the 3 Knives Out movies. They're really quite good. I think that in terms of like modern crime, whodunit kind of movies, they're the best we've seen in a really long time. Oh, the third one was so good. I kind of want to watch it again. Oh, this one's gonna be so messy. It's indigo and it's wet. Mysteries are so extra perfect for wintertime. Yeah, they're really good. A well-made mystery is so entertaining and fun to watch because it engages you. Like it's engaging. I used to read a lot of Agatha Christie books when I was younger, in French, of course. And yeah, I remember quite liking them, but I haven't read any in forever. So I don't know if I would still like them. Another series that I loved as a younger reader. Not that it's stuff for younger readers in general, it's just that it's harder for me to read now. I don't necessarily have the focus for it, but it was the Cat Who series by Lillian Jackson Brown. Sorry for the plastic noise. Come on. Murder mitten. Yeah, so it's the main character is a journalist. If I remember correctly, the sort of premise of the beginning, like the inciting incident, I don't remember, but basically he is a journalist. He inherits from a relative that he don't really know, but the stipulation of the will have it so that if he wants to have the fortune that the relative left for him, he has to move to this specific village or small town. And he's a guy, he's a journalist from a big city, but he's, you know, a bit older now, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And the main appeal was the fact that he has 2 Siamese cats, and his cats kind of help him figure out the mysteries and the murders and whatnot. It's a, you know, it's a bit silly, fully aware, but I read most of these when I was like older kid or young teen, and I was fascinated by them. They had cats in them. I mean, what else do you want? I read them on repeat as audiobooks. Oh, that's lovely. I mean, audiobooks give me the same issues that I have with just reading a book, in the sense that I tend to stop listening at some point. if I'm focusing on something else, or if a task becomes a bit too difficult, I stop listening. And then when I get back to it, I'm like, oh, I missed like a good chunk of the stuff. Okay, what's this? Because it sounds delightful. It's hold on, I'll okay, I have blue fingers, but I'll try to type it. I think most of the books are mostly standalone, but there's still a bit of a continuity throughout the books. And there's quite a few of them. And they were written, I think, like not recently, really. Like they're perhaps were written in the 70s and the 80s, I think. So you don't really have like modern stuff in them, like no cell phones, really, no very modern technology, which I don't mind at all, because that's an era that I know, like that we lived, so we know what it is. But yeah, I started, like I got one of the novels in paperback not too long ago, and I started reading it, but I haven't like finished it or anything. But I find it still just as enjoyable. Like it's a bit corny, it's a bit light, but it's still like mysteries. And there's cats. I also tend to stop listening, hence the on repeat. Oh yeah. Thanks, I'll have to look it up. Yeah, definitely. I hope you can find something, you find them and that you will like them. I still think they're fun, so I'm always happy to find other people who will like them. Of course, keep in mind, I read them 25 years ago or so. So I don't know how they aged, or I don't know if there's any problematic stuff in there. But I still have really fond memories of them. I don't think I'll be able to fit this whole bit of it in the pan, but I don't know how to go about it. There. Oop. This is another one of my favorites from Holbein, and it's their yellow ochre. I think it is like perfectly yellow, like the perfect muted yellow. It's not flat like a yellow that would have been mixed with black to make it a bit more muted. But it's quite a natural looking yellow, so you don't necessarily need to tone it down with anything to use it. Really, the bright mystery stories of cats too. Not super highly featured, but they're there. Further at the Halloween Hall, bright is it has. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I need dry fingers for that. Have you watched any of the Columbo mystery or crime shows? I'm familiar with the character because he's quite like cartoony and whatnot, but I don't think I've ever watched any of it. And I wonder if I should seek it out or just, you know, if it's like didn't age well and it's sort of terrible. Oh, there's a... Can I sort of share this spoiler free? I think I can. I'll try. There's an episode of Elementary that at some point references Prussian blue. And I remember, like me and Otto, sort of messaging each other like super quickly, super excitedly, being like, "Did you see they did the thing with the thing and the thing in the Prussian blue?" And we were like having a moment because they feature like Prussian blue in an episode somewhere. And it still cracks me up when I think about it. Not in ages. Is it any good? Would you recommend it? All right, I'm a paint mess, so I'm gonna end the stream here, I think. Well, I like the real the color. I think there's I don't remember everything. If I remember somewhat correctly, there's a bit of a confusion that can happen when it comes to the creation of the story, because there's sort of a infamous instance of it, but I'm not sure that the infamous instance of it is how it was created. I think it existed before, but that event sort of left a stronger imprint on people's brain, and they kind of associate the color with that event, and then like that it was created then, but I think it was created before that. I'll definitely check it out. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll end the stream here. I'll go wash my hands, wash my stuff, and I'll try to, add water to help these set properly. And again, I will be posting more details about the stream this weekend, when it happens, at what time, on the Discord, and also in the posts on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here today. It's always really fun to, spend some time with like-minded individual and talk paint and work with paint and do paint stuff and have paint everywhere. So I really appreciate it. And yeah, very grateful. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and rest of the week, and we will see each other on the Discord and this weekend. So take cake, and bye-bye.